Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the GRIZZLIES NBA Saturday. We got 5 games on the board here. To be honest, it's more of a college basketball day, though. It's an absolutely loaded college basketball slate, but I'll go through the games here. As far as Friday night, I had a good one. I went 4-2. My biggest bet was Bucks. I had a full unit on that. So another good. I don't think I've had a losing day this week. In fact, and the last couple months have been awesome for me. Hopefully that continues. Yeah, we got 5 games on the board. Not really a great slate here, but let's get into it.
Welcome to the GRIZZLIES. The GRIZZLIES. GRIZZLIES. Hey, get the GRIZZLIES.
First up, we got Atlanta on the road in Brooklyn again. These two teams just played. What was that? That was on Thursday night and was in Brooklyn. So same location. Nets laying 1.5 points at home. Again, same line. Actually, I think that one closed at 2 on Thursday night. Total sitting at 220.5. Let's take a quick look at the spreadsheet. And according to the model, we should see a 4-point Hawks win. Final score 114-110 Atlanta. As far as betting this game, I mean, if you subscribe to this channel, you know I hate these. I hate these home and homes, these double headers. So we can take a look at the first matchup. Final score was 124-97. Nets beat them up bad. But if you take a look at the numbers from that game, really comes down to one aspect: 3-point shooting. Brooklyn shot the lights out, 22 of 46 from outside. Hawks shot just 28.6% from 3, just 8 for 28 out there. Now, Brooklyn is a better 3-point shooting team than the Hawks, so I'm not saying regression is going to swing this all the way back where Atlanta actually outshoots the Nets from the perimeter, but it definitely shouldn't be that one-sided. So I'd lean Atlanta here, plus 1.5, plus 2, but like I said, I hate these doubleheaders, so I'm probably not going to bet this. Hawks or pass. Next game. Utah on the road in Miami. Heat laying 8 points at home here. Total sitting at 225.5. Let's take a quick look at the spreadsheet. According to the model, we should see a 7-point Miami win. Final score 116-109 Miami. Injuries and inactives, and we'll start with Utah. Walker Kessler on the injury report again. He's listed as questionable. Other than that, Utah is good. On the Miami side, Tyler Hero is on the report. He's listed as questionable. So is Haywood Highsmith, Kevin Love, and Caleb Martin. Josh Richardson is still out. So a lot of names on the report here for Miami. Betting trends on the Utah side are not looking good here. Just 1-7 against the spread in their last 8. 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 on the road. On the season, they're just 9-16-1 against the spread as road dogs. Betting trends on the Heat side actually look awesome. 9 in a row now. 9-0 against the spread in their last 9. I know we got the win with Denver minus 4.5 against Miami the other night, but these records are kept with the closing line. So that line closed at 6.5. So that's actually a win against the spread for Miami in these records. So 9 in a row. The under, 7-1 in the last 8 Heat games. So if you've been betting Heat in the under, you are cashing. On the season, the Miami Heat 11-10 against the spread as home favorites. So let's match these two teams up on the court, and we're talking about a Utah Jazz road game. So obviously we got to pull up the home away splits because we know how much this Utah team has struggled on the road. You can see every major category significantly worse on the road. Well, not significantly, but worse on the road. EFG from 13th to 19th. Defensive EFG from 19th to 29th. Rebounding from 1st to 9th. So this Jazz team just hasn't been able to produce on the road all season. And this particular matchup against Miami doesn't do them any favors here either. The two biggest strengths for Utah offensively, offensive rebounding and free throw rate. They clean up the offensive glass and they get to the foul line. In the last 10 games, they're 4th and 8th in those two categories. Probably not going to be there. Probably not going to be able to exploit those two categories against a Miami defense who's probably the hottest defense in the NBA right now. Just to give you an idea of how well the Miami Heat are playing right now, they're 7-3 in their last 10, 9-1 against the number in their last 10. They're 3rd of strength of schedule in that span. They play one of the toughest schedules in the NBA, and they're cleaning up. Sticking with the Utah offense, another thing the Jazz like to do is run the fast break. They're 11th in frequency, not particularly great at it, but they do like to push the tempo and get out in transition. Very doubtful that's going to be here. I mean, on the road in Miami, the Heat have been an elite transition defense all season. On the other side, we got the Utah Jazz defense, and obviously the edge goes to Miami here. I mean, not that the Heat offense is setting the world on fire, but this Jazz defense, especially on the road, has been next level bad. Second chance opportunities probably won't be there because the Jazz can rebound, but other 3 major stat categories here, the 4 factors, they go to Miami's offense. And if we pull up shot zones for the Heat offense in the last 10 games, I gotta ask you, where can't the Miami Heat score from in this game? I mean, we'll start with mid-range shooting. Utah, bottom of the league in every single number here in the last 10 games. Look at these numbers, just bottom 10 and everything. How about three-point shooting, though? Miami's offense hasn't been particularly great shooting the three ball. In fact, their numbers don't look good at all in the last 10. Now, they played a really strong schedule, but we're looking at 19th, 20th, 19th. Look at the Jazz defense. I mean, Miami still has the edge out here. In the last 10 games, the Utah Jazz are 30th in frequency, 30th in efficiency against the above the break three. This is the worst three-point defense in the NBA right now. In fact, I'd probably go on to say this is the worst three-point defense in the NBA right now, and it's not close. As far as betting this game, I really don't like this matchup for the Jazz. Their last game on the road in Orlando, that was their road game to win. On paper, the Magic are a team Utah matches up with really well. And by the way, that was a 1-point game with a minute and a half left. So everyone was commenting like, oh, told you, Magic. Like, that was a bad beat, man. The Utah should have covered that game, but I can't say the same for this one. The Heat on paper should be a nightmare matchup for Utah. I don't like betting the Heat as big home favorites, though. So I don't know if I'm actually going to do it, but there's no way I'd take Utah here. It'd be a Miami or pass. Next game. Portland on the road in Memphis again. These two teams just played last night. Why do they do this? Grizzlies laying 1.5 points at home, total sitting at 209. Let's take a quick look at the spreadsheet, and according to the model, we should see a 3-point Memphis win. Final score 109-106 Grizzlies. Injuries and inactives, and we'll start with Portland. Same three guards out. Brogdon, Henderson, Sharp, all still out for Portland. DeAndre Ayton sat out in the first matchup between these two. He's listed as questionable, so we don't know if Ayton's going to return to the floor. And that same thing goes on the Memphis side for Jaren Jackson Jr. He just sat out. He's listed as questionable. Also, Luke Kennard. He sat out. He's listed as questionable. Brandon Clark's out. Desmond Bane obviously still out. Derrick Rose, Marcus Smart. All those pieces are still out, but Jaren Jackson Jr. and Kennard might return. As far as betting this game, I mean, logic would tell you to take Memphis here because Portland got him in the first one, but as I was saying in yesterday's video, I like the way this Portland team matches up against Memphis on paper. Can't pull the trigger on any sort of bet here without learning the status of Jaren Jackson Jr., Luke Kennard, DeAndre Ayton. There's just too many moving pieces here. I probably would go Portland or pass, but I'd say there's a good chance I don't bet this game. Next, Denver on the road in LA. Rematch of the Western Conference Finals. We got a good one here. Lakers are laying a point at home, total sitting at 229.5. Let's take a quick look at the spreadsheet, and according to the model, deadlocked. 115 apiece according to the model here. So yeah, this is shaping up. This should be the game of the night here. Injuries and inactives, and we'll start with Denver. Jamal Murray on the report. We just saw him get hurt in the Miami game the other night. He's listed as questionable. Caldwell Pope is also listed as questionable. Other than that, Denver should be good. On the Lakers side, LeBron James is listed as questionable, but he's listed as questionable every single game. Anthony Davis is probable. Cam Reddish is probable. Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, and Christian Wood all still out for the Lakers. Betting trends on the Denver side. Nuggets are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5, so the Nuggets have been covering. They're 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 on the road, which is huge because, as you know, the first half of the season, the Nuggets were really struggling against the number on the road. On the season, they're 4-5 against the spread as road dogs. On the Lakers side, just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. At home, though, they're 6-1 in their last 7 games straight up. So they've been winning games at home, just 4-3 against the number in those 7 home games, though. So a couple of those wins, they did not cover the number. So recent production from these two teams, both are 7-3 in their last 10, so both are looking good, but both have played pretty easy schedules here. In the last 10 games, the Lakers are 29th in strength of schedule. Denver is 20th. So both these teams might be slightly overvalued at the moment. Let's match these two teams up on the court. We'll start with Denver's offense. Definite edge to Denver on this side. Look at the offensive rebounding and turnover numbers. Denver's going to have the maximum number of possessions in this game. Huge edge on the offensive glass. Also significant edge in turnovers as well. The mid-range shot should be an all-you-can-eat buffet for Denver. The Nuggets have been taking a lot of those. In the last 10 games, 37% of the Nuggets shot attempts have come from mid-range. That's a shitload in today's NBA. And look at the Lakers' defensive numbers in the last 10, just 14th and 17th in efficiency against the 2 mid-range shots. The strength of the Lakers' defense recently has been on the perimeter against the 3-ball, which is weird because that's the exact opposite of what the numbers were saying for the Lakers' defense for the first half of the season. November, December, January, the Lakers were playing great defense on the interior, struggling against the 3-point shot. So it seems things are flipped around there. The thing is, Denver hasn't been relying on the 3-ball at all recently. In fact, in the last 10 games, they're just 19th and and 23rd in shot frequency from the above the break and corner threes. So overall, I like this matchup for the Nuggets offense. Now we flip it over to the other side and look at the matchup for the Lakers offense, and I still like the matchup for Denver here. The Lakers are going to attack the interior because that's what the Lakers offense does. 55% of the Lakers shot attempts in the last 10 games have come from these two zones: in the paint, the short mid-range shot, and at the rim. Look at Denver's defensive numbers in those two zones: 9th and 12th in the last 10 games. So the Nuggets have done a pretty solid job protecting the interior. And you remember early in the season when Denver was struggling to defend the fast break? Well, they've been doing a much better job in that department. They're now up to 9th in frequency, 13th in efficiency in transition, which is huge in this matchup because we know the Lakers offense loves to push the pace and get out in transition. As far as betting this game, I know there's a lot of moving pieces here. Jamal Murray, Caldwell Pope, LeBron. I mean, we don't really know what we're going to see yet. But on paper, I really like this matchup for Denver, and I'm almost definitely going to end up on the Nuggets here. I don't know if I'm just going to bet it or wait. I really haven't decided yet, but I'm going to be on Denver. I just don't know how I'm going to play it yet, because if Jamal Murray's ruled out, I could probably get the Nuggets at 3.5, which obviously I would like a lot better. So I'm on Denver. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. Last game on the board is Rockets at Suns, and it's another doubleheader. I really don't have much interest in this one. I took the over in the first one. Well, actually, I didn't bet it. On the show, I said I was leaning over. Wasn't even close. It went under by like 25 points. So I think it's safe to say I might not have a feel for this matchup. I doubt I get involved in this one. I'll say over or pass because I think on paper it points towards an over, but I said that in the first one. So over or pass. Like I said in the beginning of the video, huge college basketball day. I mean, if you're not a college basketball fan, today would be a day to play some bets and get into it because there's a lot of good matchups. Our live show's 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. We're going through 20 of the biggest games on the board. So if you're able to make it, would love to see you in the comments. If you want my top bets for all sports parlays of the day, or you'd like to join our Discord, head over to KyleKirms.com. The information's right there on the homepage. Saturday, loaded day. Let's pick our spots and bet responsibly. Talk to you in the Discord.